Hey everyone. All right, let's talk about a skill that's going to totally level up, well, pretty much everything you do, from group projects to that first big job interview. We're going to dive into what it takes to become a truly great communicator.
You've totally been there, right? You fire off a quick text, maybe it's a joke, and the reply you get back is, oof, they took it completely the wrong way. That tiny moment of confusion, that little communication breakdown, that's exactly what we're tackling today, just on a much bigger scale. So here's the big secret, and it's a really good one. Being a great communicator isn't some magical gift you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a skill, just like learning to play guitar or getting good at a sport. And you know what that means? It means with the right tools and a little practice, you can build this thing into your very own superpower.
All right, first things first. We've got to understand that real communication is, well, it's way more than just talking, right? It's a whole dynamic process, and there are some really crucial parts that a lot of us honestly tend to overlook. Think of every single conversation like a two-way street. On one side, you've got sending the message. That's you expressing your ideas clearly. But the other side is just as important, maybe even more so, receiving the message. This is all about actively listening and really trying to get what the other person is saying. I mean, if you're only focused on what you're going to say next, you're literally missing half the conversation. And get this is kind of wild. Some studies suggest that up to 93% of what you're communicating has nothing to do with the words you're actually saying. No, it's all in your nonverbal cues. We're talking about your posture, your facial expressions, your tone of voice. Just think about it, right? If you say, "I'm fine" with a big smile, that's one thing. But saying, "I'm fine" while you're staring at the floor, totally different message. Your body is often telling the real story. Okay, so we know what it is, but why does it matter? Why should you actually care? Well, because this isn't just some nice-to-have skill on a resume. It's an absolute game changer for pretty much everything you do, both right now and for your entire future. So, what does this superpower actually unlock for you? Well, in school, it means way less drama in those group projects, you know the ones, and actually getting your point across to a teacher. With your friends, it's about building real solid trust. And looking ahead, it's the thing that's going to let you lead a team, persuade people, and unlock doors to opportunities you haven't even thought of yet. And hey, don't just take my word for it. We're talking about any job you can imagine. Tech, medicine, the arts, you name it. Employers are all saying the same thing. Communication skills are consistently one of the absolute most important things they look for. It's not just a bonus point, it's a must-have. So the big question is, how do we actually get good at this? Let's talk tactics. We're going to build your personal communicator's toolkit, breaking down the essential skills you can literally start practicing today. First up, let's talk about sending the message. This is your first set of tools. It all starts with being clear and concise. Just get straight to the point without a bunch of fluff. Try to organize your thoughts before you speak. Then project confidence. We're not talking about arrogance, just simple self-assurance, which comes across with clear speech and making eye contact. And oh man, always watch your tone. How you say something can totally change what you're saying. Okay, now for the second toolkit, and honestly, this might be the most important one of all, receiving the message. The key here is active listening. What's that mean? It means putting your phone down, giving someone your full, undivided attention, and not just waiting for them to stop so you can talk. It's about empathy, really trying to understand their point of view. It means noticing their body language and always showing respect by letting them finish their thought. This right here really drives the point home, doesn't it? The crazy thing is, most of us only hear about half of what someone is saying because we're so busy in our own heads thinking about what we're going to say next. Seriously, if you can just master the art of truly listening, you are going to be miles ahead of most people. All right, so practicing these skills in your daily life is one thing. That's huge. But how do you actually prove you've got them when the pressure's on? Like in a college application or a job interview? Well, that's where a couple of simple storytelling tricks come in handy.
Think about it. You might be an awesome listener or a pro at sorting out arguments, but then an interviewer hits you with, "So tell me about a time you worked in a team," and your mind just goes blank. It's so easy to freeze up. What you need is a simple, powerful way to structure your story so you can really show what you can do. Okay, one of the classic tools for this is called the STAR method. It's super simple. You just break your story into 4 easy parts. S is for situation, you're just setting the scene. T is for task, what was your goal? A is for the action, what did you actually do? And R is for the result, what happened because of your action?
And there's another one that's almost identical called the CAR method. C stands for context, which is pretty much the same as situation. A is for action, and R is for result. See? Super similar. Both of these, STAR and CAR, are just amazing ways to turn a fuzzy memory into a really clear, powerful story that shows off your skills. So let's walk through a quick example. Let's say someone asks you about teamwork. Instead of just saying, yeah, I'm a good team player, you use CAR. So, the context? My history group couldn't agree on a topic and we were falling behind. The action? So, I organized a quick meeting, made sure to listen to everyone's ideas, and then proposed a compromise that kind of combined all our interests. And the result? Everyone felt heard, we agreed on the new topic, and we ended up getting a top grade on the project. See? It's so much more powerful. It's a real story, and it shows your skills in action.
Okay, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how. There's really only one thing left to do now, and that's to actually start putting this stuff into practice. And I don't mean next week or even tomorrow. I mean in your very next conversation.
So let's do a quick recap. What are the big takeaways here? Number 1, communication is a two-way street. You've got to send and receive. Number 2, active listening is probably your most underrated tool, so use it. 3, your nonverbal cues often speak way louder than your words. And finally, when you need to show what you can do, use the CAR or STAR method to tell your success stories. So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Just one question. What's the one skill we talked about today that you're going to consciously practice in your very next conversation? Is it active listening, watching your tone, whatever it is? That single choice right there, that's the first step to unlocking your superpower.